Self-sabotage really is a curse, isn't it? I don't think people say that out loud very often, because it sounds dramatic, but if you've lived it, you know, it's not dramatic, it's just your life. Wanting something, really wanting it, and then watching yourself from the outside quietly destroy your own chances of getting it. I think about how it started for me. There wasn't some big moment, it just kind of crept in. One day, I realized I was doing it everywhere. The way I'd wait until the last minute, on the things that mattered most. The way I'd start something, feel it going well, and then just stop. The way I'd get close to something good, and find a reason to pull back. And it wasn't laziness, that's the part nobody understands. I was ambitious, I am ambitious. I'd lie in bed at night, building entire futures in my head. Plans, goals, versions of myself. And then morning would come, and I'd do nothing, or worse than nothing. I'd do everything except a thing. There's this weird thing that happens when you're ambitious, but you keep sabotaging yourself. You start to see your own patterns. You see the way you hold yourself back. You see the way you talk yourself out of things before you even try. You see yourself choosing the scroll over the work, the comfort, over the person you said you wanted to become. And it's not like you can just turn it off. It's always there in the background, reminding you of the gap between what you want and what you actually do. I remember this one night, I was lying in bed just staring at the ceiling. Couldn't sleep. My mind was running through the whole day, and then I realized I had spent maybe 4 hours on my phone. 4 hours, and the thing I said was my priority, the thing that was supposed to change my life. Got 20 minutes, maybe, and I started thinking about why I do that. Why I protect my distractions more than I protect my dreams. And then I started thinking about all the other days that looked exactly like this one, and how they add up quietly into months, into years. It's like this endless loop. You sabotage yourself, then you notice it, then you feel ashamed, and the shame makes you want to escape. So you sabotage yourself again. It never stops on its own. Sometimes I wonder if it would be easier to just not want anything. There's a kind of peace in that, right? People who don't have big ambitions, they don't have this specific pain. They're not haunted by the person they could be. But once you've seen that version of yourself, the one on the other side of the work, you can't unsee it, you can't go back. I think that's what makes it feel like a curse. It's not just that you fail, it's that you know it's you. Nobody's stopping you, no one's standing in your way except the person in the mirror, and that hurts more than any outside enemy ever could. There was this day, not too long ago, where I saw someone I used to know post about something big they'd accomplished. It was something I'd always wanted to do, but never really committed to. And I felt this mix of jealousy and shame, not because they did it, but because I knew. I knew I could have, if I had just gotten out of my own way. I could see it so clearly. The exact moments where I'd chosen comfort over growth, the exact nights I traded for nothing. It hurt. It really hurt. But then, there's this other side to it, because seeing yourself sabotage isn't only a curse. It's also information. It's your patterns finally visible. And you can't change what you can't see. I started doing this thing, and it's not really advice, just something I noticed. I stopped trying to fix everything at once, because that was, honestly, another form of sabotage. The giant plan, the perfect routine, built so big that failing was guaranteed, so I could go back to feeling like the person who fails. Instead, I started asking for one thing, one real thing per day, even if it's tiny. And I let that be enough. And there's something else, something that actually surprised me. I realized most of my sabotage lived in one place, my phone. That's where the escape hatch was. Every time the work got uncomfortable, the phone was right there, soft, easy, endless. And I found this app Slayer, and I'm mentioning it because it genuinely shifted something for me. It turns your goal into a boss, like an actual boss fight, with a health bar. Every habit you finish that day deals damage to it, and it blocks the apps you know are your escape hatch. And when you try to open them anyway, the lock screen shows you exactly what you haven't done today. So the moment you're about to sabotage yourself, your phone shows you what you're really choosing between. Not 5 minutes of scrolling, but this or the boss. And the part that got me is that if you skip days, the boss regenerates. It heals. And the first time I saw that, I felt it in my chest. Because that's real life, isn't it? That's exactly how it works. You don't lose everything in one dramatic collapse. You lose it slowly on the quiet days, while the thing you're fighting recovers in the dark, seeing weeks of damage on that health bar, and knowing a few skipped days would undo it, gave me something I never had before, a long view. Because the things that matter, they don't happen in a day or a week. They're a long fight, and for once, my phone was fighting on my side. I'm not saying an app cures self-sabotage. Nothing outside of you cures it, but it took away my favorite hiding place. And sometimes, that's what you actually need. Not more motivation, fewer exits. There's another thing I've noticed, and it's kind of strange. Sometimes when I'm deep in my own head, I'll catch myself being kinder to other people than I am to myself. Like, I'll forgive a friend for procrastinating, for slipping, for having a bad week, but I'll hold my own slips against myself for days. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because it's easier to see someone else's humanity than your own. And here's the thing about that. The shame doesn't help. I used to think being brutal with myself would fix me. It never did. It just gave me one more reason to escape. Self-sabotage feeds on shame. That's his food. Every time you call yourself lazy, worthless, broken, you make the escape more tempting, not less. There are days when I feel like I'm making progress. And then there are days when I'm right back where I started, watching myself reach for the exit again. I think that's normal, even if it doesn't feel good. This isn't a straight line. Sometimes it's just a slow, messy process. Sometimes it's just about getting through the day, having done one real thing, without being too hard on yourself about the rest. I've started to realize that maybe beating self-sabotage isn't about becoming a different person. Maybe it's about understanding the one you already are a little better, knowing where your exits are, closing a few of them, being honest with yourself, even when it's uncomfortable, learning to catch the moment, that exact quiet moment where you're about to trade what you want most for what's easiest right now. I don't have a big answer. I don't think there is one. I just know that if you feel this way, ambitious but stuck, full of plans but tired, you're not alone. It's okay that it's taken this long. It's okay that you've wasted time. Everyone has. The time behind you is gone, but the boss is still standing there, and it can still be beaten, one day of damage at a time. Let yourself start small. Let yourself close one exit. Let yourself be human while you fight. I believe in you. Now believe in yourself.